quite a bit to talk about from this weekend. I'll talk about the first thing, Mogul Money Live, all right? So I get there, and apparently I had like VIP tickets ready at will call, but I didn't know that. So I'm with Ari, and I brought some of her friends because she was at Anime Expo, and she had friends who wanted to come along. So I get to the back of this line. It's a fucking massive line. I want to tell this story with a little bit of, I understand that things can sometimes come off awkward when they're not. Okay, I can understand that. But this guy in front of me, I'm just talking to Ari, I'm talking to her friends, we're chilling. This guy's with a group of people in front of me, and he looks at me, and he goes, something like, yo, is that Big A? You know, like that, which is fine, which is totally fine. And then I look at him, and I smile, and I go, hey, oh, hey, what's up? You know, like, this part is totally fine. But then he immediately starts telling the other people in his group, look, it's Big A, it's Big A. Hey, Big A. And so, okay, that's fine. The thing is, nobody else in his group knows me, which again is fine. But they don't know me, okay? He keeps directing it. He's making a bigger deal out of it. You know, he's like, hey, Big A. Maybe they call him Glizzy Hands or something like, he's just saying some shit, but they don't know. So it's awkward because he's like turning the attention of both groups onto me. I already said, hey, what's up, man? I was like, hey, nice to meet you. But then, okay, this is where it gets weird. The second his friends don't know who I am, he tries to backtrack. Like, he's already said, yo, Big A, like, on site. I think there was a girl in his group that he was like trying to impress something. He like immediately turns away and starts talking loudly with these people about how, oh yeah, I mean, like, I'm a really good recognizer of voices. Like, I didn't know what he looked like. Like, I heard him in Ludwig's stream once. He's saying this loudly so that not only I can hear, but my whole group can hear. And I'm like, bro, I was happy to say hi. You didn't have to make a big deal out of it. And so I'm just ignoring it. I'm just talking to my friends. But then all of his friends start loudly talking about like who was that? Who? Like, they're embarrassed for him. So they need to make sure everyone else around them knows that they didn't know. And so these four people are all loudly talking to each other, each one trying to make sure that everyone around knows that they've never heard of Atrioc. Which again, I didn't ask him to. I don't care. I didn't ask him to. Whatever, it's fine. But the whole thing is so awkward. Thank God, because the line was really long. I could have been there for fucking 45 minutes listening to them all say, I don't even know who the fuck he is. I get a text saying, hey, go to will call, dude. Your tickets are there. And so I get to leave the line, thank God. I bring my group with me. I get to walk past everything. And you know what's funny? So I'm walking into the venue with that expectation. Like, I'm like, okay. Because again, I work all day and then stream at night. That's what I do. I don't even leave my house very often. So I have no expectations outside of what I've seen at Smash events that anyone will even care. In my mind, I'm like, maybe one person will ask for a picture. And that experience I just had told me like, probably not. So when I get to will call, when I'm like in the building and I'm like with a group and dude, I get fucking swarmed. I've never had this happen. And so I've whatever, it was cool. But I got fucking swarmed. I did a whole ton of pictures. Like a big ass line of people, were asking me for photos, which is really, everyone was super nice. Everyone was super friendly. I had an experience that I've never had before and probably will never have again, where a girl came up to me and started crying because of taking a photo. And I was like, lady, I'm a marketing manager at a tech company. She was crying. She was legitimately shaking and crying. She like couldn't, and I was like, it's like, it is chill. I don't know what's going on. Dude, I had literally no idea. Anyway, that's an item, I guess. That's something that's happened. That's a bucket list. And then we go inside, we go and sit down. I'm sitting next to Jarvis. If you guys don't know Jarvis Johnson, he's the funniest fucking person. We've been friends for a minute, but through stands. But we really hit it off at this event. We were talking a lot. It was a ton of fun. I fucking love Jarvis. All right, so we're sitting down. Everyone's filing in, getting to their seats. I think the show's doing its warm up. And Hasan comes in, and he's like 2-3 rows ahead of me. And he's sitting down. He's with some other streamers. He turns around right when he sits down, looks back, direct at me, and goes, like doing the head nod and wave. Direct at me. Head nod and wave. And I don't know Hasan outside of literally one interaction that didn't go well. Famously, the one interaction I've had with Hasan is where I was high as fuck off Poke's Golden Blunt. I barely even remember that interaction. And so I'm not certain that he's gonna be turning around and head nodding at me. So I assume that he's head nodding at someone else. So I'm like, first I don't react. First I literally don't react. I just assume he's talking to someone else. So he looks at me in the eye, you know? And I'm looking dead at him, not reacting. I'm stone-faced and he's looking right at me doing this. Then I'm like, all right, I must be missing something because he's not stopping. So I start doing the thing where you're like look, I'm doing the who me, dude. I'm looking around like, I'm doing it for long enough. And he's like, yes. He's like nodding yes. He's nodding yes at who me. I'm still doing it. I still don't believe it. Like, I'm still don't believe it. And I look to my right and Jarvis has stepped in. Jarvis goes, Jarvis is like, hey, waving back. And so I assume that's it. Then I stop my who me and I'm like, thank God I saved myself from the embarrassment there. Thank God I didn't wave back because I knew he wasn't waving at me. And Jarvis waves back at him. Hasan shakes his head angrily and turns back around. So I'm gonna flash forward a bit. At the after party, he storms up to me and goes, bro, I was waving at you. And then he starts telling everyone around the worst possible outcome. He starts telling everyone around, dude, I was waving at this guy and he keeps doing the who me. Bro, what the, I don't know you that well. Wait, we fucking hung out for 1 minute. Whole thing was a disaster yet again. Can't have one good interaction with Hasan, dude. Then we go to the after party, all right? We get there, everyone's having a good time. Everyone's hungry as shit because Mogul Money Live was pretty long. 3 separate parties all have the exact same idea to order pizza, but they don't talk to each other. So XUC orders 50 pizzas. Cutie orders 50 pizzas. And then Nick Allen orders like 25 pizzas. Every single person comes back later and they're like, got pizzas coming, don't worry. And everyone's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, 30 minutes into this party, pizzas started arriving like fucking crazy, dude. Because the party has like 70 people. So there's more than a pizza per person. It's literally Pizzagate. They start stacking up. All the tables start stacking up with pizzas. And also, these are like big, thick, deep dish pizzas. Like 1 slice is enough for 1 person. I had 2 slices and I was fucking stuffed. So you can imagine with this many fucking pizzas, there's so much waste. So obviously I scroinked 2 full pizzas. Technically it was Ari. Ari's less cares about being embarrassed and hates waste. So Ari scroinked 2 full pizzas. So grabbed them, scroinked them out. We had some pizza here that the whole fucking crew's been eating. Which is good, because I heard a lot of them went to waste. Like 20 plus full pizzas went to waste, which is crazy. The next day, we're all gonna meet up for dinner. So I go to dinner with a bunch of people I've never really hung out with. Carl Jacobs, Hasan, Mizkif, Emiru, a bunch of people. We're all getting dinner together. I'm sitting next to Mizkif the whole time. Emiru is probably the most normal, well-adjusted streamer. The entire dinner, she was just like polite and quiet and nice. And didn't really say anything weird. But I'm gonna tell you a couple things I learned about streamers. Number 1, as a whole, every big streamer is extremely aware of their numbers and everyone else's numbers in a way that I didn't know. Obviously, like I know if I have a good streamer or a bad streamer, I definitely know. I'm not saying I don't know. They're aware on a level that is fucking much higher than I thought. Everyone there extremely knows what everyone else's latest view count is, what their view count is, if they're up, if they're down. It's their job. Again, I'm just expressing the unique realities of this world. Everyone there is extremely talented and good at their job and making it big, all right? I want you to know that I'm not a drama fraud. I'm not trying to start shit. I don't even want to really name names. I just want to tell you this story as an outsider who still had a full-time job. So what I learned about Mizkif from actually getting to interact with him. 1, I think Mizkif is smart. I'll say it. I think he's smart. I think he knows what he's doing on a fucking larger level. I think he's a smart guy. I do. There's going to be a second part to this. There's a second part of this, but I do think he's smart. I think he's, there's not a lot of, I don't think there's like as much luck as people might think. I think he knows what he's doing I think he's got a real plan. I think he keeps an eye on trends. I think him making a game is super fucking smart, especially the type of game he's making. And I think he's built a good org. So I think Mizkif knows what he's doing. Here's the but. Dude, Mizkif has the attention span. And it's almost like he was built in a lab to be a good just chatting streamer. He literally has to have attention on him at all times. It's almost like there's a meter. I think it was either Hasan or Lud described it as this. He has a meter that's filling up at all times. Any moment that he doesn't have the spotlight on him. Any moment that he's not the center of attention, it's starting to fill up. And as the meter fills, he gets more and more dangerous. What he can do, like what he unlocks gets crazy. So after the first level of the meter, he starts unlocking, talking loud. After X3 combo, he'll start standing up. Like he will do anything. At one point, later in the conversation, I remember specifically, he stood up and said, I'm leaving. Hey, and like started like high-fiving to leave. And then we're like, all right, bye. And then he just sat back down. He's like, no, I wasn't leaving. I just, he just literally wanted to fucking interrupt. He's always running a bit. He's got chatterbrain. I mean, I don't know. It's impressive, to be honest. He literally was built to do like quick jokes, just chatting, always keep chatting entertained. It's not an on-stream persona. That is him off-stream. He's literally, it's like there's a camera on him. Even though there's no cameras, it's like there's a camera on him. Remember how I mentioned they're always talking about numbers? This is a real story that happened. Hasan and Mizkif were having a conversation about their view counts. They were going back and forth over like, you're a 27K Andy, I'm a 30K Andy, can't see you down there. Something like that. Mizkif was like, oh yeah, but if you played a game, can't see you down there. You know, something like that. They're having a real fucking back and forth about whose view count is bigger than just chatting, which is fine. You know what? That's their full-time job. That's fine. I get up in this conversation to go to the bathroom. I'm in the line for the bathroom and I'm just checking my phone. And Hasan comes up behind me and sees me happen to open up my YouTube analytics. I just open up my YouTube to see how my video's doing. Is it a 1 out of 10? Is it a 2 out of 10? Is it what? And then he points and laughs. Wow, dude, narcissist much? I'm alone. I'm alone in line, just checking my phone. And he starts roasting me. He's coming off of a 30-minute debate over his view count, and I get roasted. I get roasted for checking to see if my 3 out of 10 video is a 2 out of 10 now. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know if it's doing well. So he owns me with that. I go to the bathroom, go out. Then when he fucking goes back to the table, he tells everyone again. Dude, this guy was fucking checking it. I caught him, dude. Caught him checking his YouTube. By the way, the video was doing well. The video was doing well. Had a great time. I will check it again. If it was a 10 out of 10, I would have fucking drowned myself in the toilet.